So right now I've got both my images of the person of Magnus Creed, I think his name is, from Doctor Who, and I've got the picture of the person, my actor. Just not the actual picture from the movie, but I've got a close-up of him. I'm just going to show you how I added those two faces together to get. I'm going to show you how my visual effects was created. So I was thinking of changing the opacity on it to overlay, just to help me see where his face is, so I could just measure it up to his actual face and get it right, so I can just get wider and then go down, because I'm going to cut off his cut out the Magnus Creed's head. Well, not cut out his head, but cut around it. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm cutting around it at the moment. I don't have to be too perfect about it. I'm going to sort that out later, but at the moment I just want to cut out these outside bits like that. And I'm going to do it to the other side, but actually I don't want the black bit. I just want his face, because it's going to look weird if it's just a black bit with hair sticking out. So I'll just do his face for now. It's the what to know. So then, when I'm done finishing cutting this out, hopefully I could soften up the edges. I might cut out his eyes as well. So, wrong. Okay. So it cut, yeah. So rub this out. This little patch out. Change it to a circle first, because that's a weird shaped square circle. Yeah, I'm going to rub this bit out just to make it a bit easier. Don't need to cut it out. So, there's a bit of the image still left out, so I'm just going to delete that section. These bottom sections, and the right hand side as well. Okay, so what I should do with the do is transform it. Transform scale. No, I mean transform rotate. So I'm going to rotate it, get it straight enough on my actor's face, Joe. That seems straight enough. Apply. Yeah, and obviously his face isn't that long. It's a bit out of shape, but I think I could fix it, obviously with Photoshop. So now I'm going to cut out his eyes, so you could cut out the evil guy, Magnus Creed, keep forgetting his name. I'm going to cut his eyes, obviously. That looks nice, just let's see his eye poking through. It looks a bit weird, so I might soften it later. Shorten it out. I know it looks weird now, but hopefully I could just distort his forehead as well, by copying it and then just putting on his forehead as well. For the moment, I want to soften the edges, so not completely rubbing it out, but just soften it, so it just has the shape of just face, not his whole head, but his face, so it doesn't look so much like a mask. I know it's sort of like a mask, but it's not supposed to look like a mask, so just soften, make it tighter, so that's better. Actually, now that it's softer, it looks a bit more in shape, but I could also change the opacity so you just see that out of his face, so it helps shape it better. It looks weird that he's smiling. So, now what I'm going to do after I do this is change the opacity back. and adjust the levels so it looks a bit lighter in some places, but that's a bit too light, so I might want to make it a bit orangey. I don't know. That looks like a nice colour. It's not too bright, and then now, like I said earlier, I just want his eye looks a bit weird, so I'm just going to soften it and make it look more oval instead of completely round. And then I'll just making some adjustments really. So transform, warp. I'm just gonna go try and warp his the face into Joe's. It makes it look more like his shape instead of making it look too wide. There. That was a lot better. Now, just change the opacity to overlay. Nope, not to that. Actually, no, just leave it normal, and then that's fine, normal. Now what do I want to do? I want to choose this layer. I want to blur it so it looks kind of like the mask in front, so that so it doesn't look so much like a mask. I know. I get a tiny blur, not too much. It doesn't make a huge difference if you really look at it. I get a tiny bit blurry. Because the pitch quality of the person is very high quality, and the picture quality of the evil guy, Magnus Krill, keep forgetting his name, is not that good with quality, but it was the biggest one I could get, so again I just want to get his forehead the same kind of colour as his face. Just want to use the stamp tool and then stamp one layer, and then what I'm doing right now is going to the next layer and stamp on his forehead, so it kind of looks like, no, it actually looks like his whole head is just disfigured. And you can't do this to his ears, but I'll do that in a minute. I'm going to choose a different bit. I'm going to choose down there so it looks a bit brighter, so that it looks kind of equal with the bottom half. So that's going to look a lot brighter. That side's supposed to look a lot brighter than the other side, because that side's more melted off than the other. That side looks more like a normal face, or as normal as you can. Now what I want to do here is just not get the curl of the hair, so then it doesn't look like it's it looks as real as possible, really. And also I want to get his ears as well, so I pick from that side and then go and do his ears. And what this will do, will just make it really look like it's that side of his body, and then go to the lighter side and do the lighter side, the right hand side, obviously, of his face. See, now that looks a lot better than it did before, but it doesn't look amazing. So I know you also want to do his neck, so it looks like obviously he's been injured. Oh, that's got bigger as well. After you do his neck, I think we might try and make it look a bit. Try and change the colours. Hold on. So what I'm going to do is merge those two layers together and try and smudge it now. I'm going to use the smudge tool to kind of make it look, make it look less obvious that it's been copied. that it's been stamp tooled, and also it'll make it look a lot more realistic, like it's on his skin. Change the opacity with the smudge tool, so now his skin looks like it's kind of coming out a bit, which makes it a lot more realistic and human-like. So that looks a lot better. It looks like his skin's actually sort of coming out now from the. It looks like his skin's actually a part of the other character. So that makes it a lot better. And now you just want to merge those two layers together. And now just mess with the brightness and stuff like that. So you can change the brightness to contrast, just a little bit higher, and then try to change the contrast a little bit lower. And that's great. Now you want the hue and saturation. Now you can colorize it, but obviously that doesn't look too good. So you can just turn down the saturation, actually it looks better toned up. And that's about it, really.